September 1957 at the heart of Texas Coliseum. This feels quite different in 2024. So you see Robert Wright, the freshman. He is talented. He played in huge games at Montverde in high school. And already an impact as O'Meara gets the first bucket for Baylor.
And Baylor scripted that first play of the game, which was a lob. And man, it feels good as a coach when you script the play and shoot around and it works during the game.
But still, your first start, it's different at the point, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I still have the image of those old Baylor games against Abilene Christian. The shorts were a lot shorter.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, just the fifth meeting between these two schools. But Abilene Christian, this is their sixth straight road game, coming off back-to-back road wins at Omaha and at New Mexico State, who then turned around and beat New Mexico at the Pit. So that's a quality win.
Yeah, the game against New Mexico State was so impressive, so many different ways.
51 second-half points in that game for Abilene Christian. First bucket comes from Braden Hubbard, the junior from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Now, when you look at Abilene Christian's defense, they normally like to get two on the ball.
John won a foul.
So you saw they almost trapped the pick and roll at half court. So when you trap at half court, somebody's going to be open. You see 2 against 1 on the backside.
Foul was on Betiol, so that's a big one for Abilene Christian, sending Josh Ojanwana, the 6'10 junior from Nigeria, first-year starter for the Baylor Bears. I mean, a point there for Ojanwana, but they want him to be a rebounding machine, as he was 14 rebounds in the game at UConn.
Ojanwana, he really hit the weights hard in the offseason. He added 25 pounds. He was a lot slimmer last year, but they wanted him to get a little bulkier.
Now, if you're Abilene Christian trying to pull off this upset, the first thing you look at is three-point shooting. They only make 5 threes a game, so that's not who the Wildcats are. Though Hunter Jack Madden has the hot hand, the first WAC player of the week that Abilene Christian has had in the last 3 seasons. Keon Williams misses his first look.
It's going to be interesting to see if Abilene Christian can get some second chance points, especially in a game like this on the road.
O'Meara is fouled and hits the deck. Looked like he took one to the eye. So Norchad O'Meara is down, and that's very scary for this Baylor team that's dealt with a bevy of injuries. Langston Love with the ankle, B.J. Edgecombe the hamstring, and Jeremy Roach, there you see it.
Yeah, they were fronting the post, Abilene Christian, and Keon Williams comes from the weak side and looked like he pokes him in the eye with his left hand, scratched him across the eye.
Calling the foul on Rich Smith. Yeah, I think that one's going to change.
Yeah, looked like he has some little vision problem here. They may need to take him out for a minute. I'm going to leave him in.
So just when you get good injury news with B.J. Edgecombe coming back from the hamstring, I mean, you definitely don't want to lose Norchad O'Meara, and thankfully he's staying in the game for now.
No, I don't think he can see out of his left eye.
You're right.
I think he's having some problems.
And so O'Meara, I mean,
so a lot of times when you front the post, they see you was fronting the post, and here comes the weak side defender, but you want him to come over and support with his hands up in the air.
Previous play is under
Williams
review.
Came down and unfortunately it affected.
And now we're going to take a look at that one, and I think what the officials are going to find is that foul was not on Rich Smith as it was called. It was on number 5, Keon Williams. I mean, Williams is the one who got O'Meara in the eye, so that should be foul on Keon Williams rather than Rich Smith. So Marquise Pettigrew over to check with us.
Yeah, he's
after
the ref
review, the play
want to make sure it was nothing
foul.
flagrant, and there was nothing flagrant on that play. That was just a basketball play, a foul.
You see number 5, I mean, Rich Smith is down there, but he doesn't even make contact with O'Meara, so foul for now remains on Smith.
And I'm glad that review took less than 20
exactly.
seconds.
We could use more of that college basketball, couldn't we? Robert Wright, nice crossover in the finish for the freshman from Wilmington, Delaware.
He's so smooth and crafty, changes gears, terrific body for a freshman.
Williams attacks, dumps it off, and Hubbard is fouled on his way up as we check out Avery's keys to the game.
When you look at the keys, specifically, let's start with Baylor. You know, they got to limit their turnovers, blanket Hunter Jack Madden. And then for Abilene Christian, win the rebound game. Steals, please. They got to create some steals so that they can get some easy baskets.
And Abilene Christian has been aggressive defensively. They're averaging 10 steals a game. They had 13 steals in a game at Kennesaw State. So that needs to lead to offense for Abilene Christian, right?
Absolutely. And Hunter Jack Madden, we talked about Baylor limiting his three-point success. He's got to knock down some threes. He was 5 for 8 in their last game from the three-point line.
Jaden Nunn nearly lost his handle after we talked about Abilene Christian steals. They nearly got one. Ojamwana, no call, as Hubbard tried to draw the charge, and Josh Ojamwana just sticks with it.
Did a nice job of splitting the double team. Could have been in charge on that last play, but.
Battiol, the junior from Italy. Abilene Christian keeps it.
Yeah, so Baylor wants to play inside out, so John Wanu here, he's got deep in the paint. The trap came too late, so that's an easy bucket for him.
Don't expect big offense out of him, but if he could be a presence.
And we'll see as the game moves on whether those double teams from Abilene Christian comes a lot sooner on airtime. They were trying to trap on the dribble.
We have a unique one here. We've lost the basketball. It appeared to roll under the stands. So Kip Kissinger had to go get another basketball. Thankfully, one is ready to go. It's not like a foul ball in baseball where you just got him in your pocket, right? DeGrew, who comes off the bench to play point right now, as Smith is now the starter, but they will split minutes at the point. Floater from Madden won't go. Ojamwana has the rebound.
And big emphasis to make Madden put the ball on the floor.
Nunn attacks, misses with a left, but a foul is called. That is already the third team foul on Abilene Christian. This one's on DeGrew. Okay, so eyes on the ball. Behind the curtain. Goodbye.
What's up with our cameraman? He can use his left and right hand, right? Come on, grab that ball.
So, I mean, that's pretty, but you don't usually see. I mean, that was like a baseball umpire calling for more balls out of the dugout. So,
I'm trying to get the cameraman some prime time.
We're going to keep an eye to see who's going to go dig under the stands to find that basketball. For now, Jaden Nunn to the line, but 3 early fouls on Abilene Christian. That is very problematic for the Wildcats.
Speaking of Jaden Nunn, Coach Drew talked about, him being a huge X factor for the long-term success for Baylor this year.
0 for 2 from the free throw line for Nunn. Baylor is off to an early 1 for 4 start from the free throw line. That has been costly in their 3 losses. They have not been very good, especially in those 3 losses from the free throw line. Williams drops it off. DeGrew thought about the 3, misses the floating 2. Ojamwana cannot corral the rebound, but Celestine has it.
It'll be interesting to see how Abilene Christian attacks the switches from Baylor when you have a center guarding a point guard.
A hallmark of Baylor's defense, right?
Yes.
So Nunn will play some point as well, can play both guard positions. Nunn off the bounce, off the window. There's Jaden Nunn on the attack.
Yeah, that shows a lot of competitive spirit. Misses 2 free throws and comes back and stays aggressive. Not afraid to get fouled again.
Abilene Christian doesn't have a field goal in the last 3 minutes. Edgecombe gets the steal, gets on the deck to keep it alive for the Bears. Baylor on the run. Celestine triple. Great sign for Baylor. The former Cal Bear who came to Baylor as the spot-on shooter but didn't hit one versus UConn. Gets the triple in transition here. BJ Edgecombe on the deck, gets the steal, goes defense to offense, none first off the bounce. And then Edgecombe gets the steal, Celestine gets the triple. Good news for the Bears. 4-1 start, you're ranked number 8 at the beginning of the season. I mean, a very difficult schedule beginning with the trip to play Gonzaga in Spokane.
Yes, you start off the season against Gonzaga. Then you play against a Tennessee team where you dug yourself a hole 17-2 to start that game. It's an uphill climb. It was pretty even after that. But give Coach Drew credit. He schedules in a tough way. You have 2 outstanding freshmen that's going to play big minutes for you. They got to be tested in a non-conference.
Now we know the Big 12 will be a major test. 5 of the top 10 preseason from the Big 12. Out of the timeout, Bettiol gets the bucket for Abilene Christian. That's big.
And Baylor really doesn't want to double team the post in that situation.
Langston Love sees his first action. The 5th game back from the lingering ankle injury from last season. That's off. Ojanwuna out of bounds.
Leonardo Bettiol, you jump hook over a shot blocker. Left shoulder. And I love when players don't fool around and try 8 different Hakeem Olajuwon moves. Just go to your go-to move. And that's what he did.
The dream shake is too much, you think?
Yeah.
Bettiol shoots 62% from the floor, so only good shots. They go right back into him, and a foul called on Celestine. So the Wildcats look like they were running plays for Bettiol coming out of the timeout.
And similar to Abilene Christian, it's probably good if Bettiol is that deep in the post, fronting. Make them throw the ball over the top. He's getting it too deep.
He is their leading scorer at 15 points per game.
Yeah, when you're that deep, you only need 1 dribble to get the ball in the paint.
Bettiol has the last 3 for Abilene Christian, so Bettiol has, I mean, this is a big improvement too from last year. He wasn't called upon to be a scorer for Abilene Christian last year. They went 10-10 in the WAC, finished 6th, but they actually won their last 8 games. So they finished on a very positive note.
And you know, this kid been playing on the Italian national team, you know, for years, dating back to when he was 15 years old. So he's got a lot of international experience.
Williams steals it, and then Love reaches in for the foul as Abilene Christian tries to turn up the defensive pressure full court.
I love when one of my keys to the game comes to light. We said they're going to get some steals. And if you get steals, maybe you can convert in transition. Give Baylor credit for getting back on defense and not committing a double error.
Baylor has not become an elite defensive team yet, but again, they've still got a lot of shuffling pieces, but still a tough task to score against them in the half court. Bettiol again on the baseline, and now Hubbard nearly loses the handle. Madden bobbles it, and then he gets bumped. So another foul on Langston Love, and that is his 2nd. So Love picks up back-to-back fouls for the Bears.
I attended practice yesterday and had a chance to watch how they wanted to defend Hunter Jack Madden. The guy that was Hunter Jack Madden in practice had on a Ray jersey. They wanted to make it loud and clear, look, we can't lose this guy.
Coming off the 24-point game with 5 made threes, Bettiol inside. So Bettiol is doing the damage for Abilene Christian inside. It is now 6 straight for the Wildcats after the 7-0 run by the Bears.
Yeah, he's really taking it to Baylor inside. We'll see what type of adjustment Coach Scott Drew makes if that continues to be a problem.
Bettiol has 6 of Abilene Christian's 9 points. Celestine, that was touched by Abilene Christian. Looked like it was touched by Madden.
Man, Bettiol is playing with a lot of confidence. Nice spin right there. Gaining on the defender, playing through contact. Man, he's relentless inside.
2 for 2 from the floor and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Again, shooting over 60% from the floor. Abilene Christian has yet to attempt a three-point shot. Nunn attempts a three on this end and spins it in. Jaden Nunn.
That's what you call a professional shot maker in that situation. Transfer from VCU.
Nunn has both of the made threes for Baylor. He was shooting 49% from three prior to tonight's game. Double on the post, but another reach-in foul. Looks like this one's going to go against.
So watch this here.
Nunn.
Normally you call this a closed door, closed window shot. And look at him. He says, I got ice in my veins. Look like D'Angelo Russell with that. I would say it looked like me, but I didn't have that range.
At Madison Square Garden. There's Bettiol's first miss, boarded by Jaden Nunn. Nunn did pick up the personal foul. Baylor now has 5 team fouls, so 3 early ones for Abilene Christian. Nunn off the bounce attacks. He has 7 early points.
Wasn't nearly as aggressive in that game against UConn, but he's come out more aggressive tonight.
Baylor is 7 for 7 shooting so far. Smith, kick to the corner. Triple from Rivera, spins out, boarded by Ojamwana on the first three-point attempt for Abilene Christian.
As a coach, that was the right play, a good look.
Nunn to Ojamwana in the transition.
That was even a better one.
So give Nunn an assist. He has 7 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist just over 8 minutes into the game.
And boy, he's a great defender.
Nunn's getting after Smith right now. Smith hits the deck. Nunn cuts him off without fouling. So now it's Williams. Tries to cross over, leaves it well short. Bettiol there to pick it up and get the offensive rebound and second chance bucket.
Bettiol, we know he's from Italy, and I like hot food, and I love spaghetti. He's giving them the spaghetti.
You spit into food at every chance, Avery.
Why is that?
Bettiol 8 points, but Ojamwana has an answer.
Well, at some point, one of these big guys are going to have to play some defense inside.
Baylor now 9 for 9 shooting.
Abilene Christian, we talked about being patient, moving the ball from side to side.
Bettiol has another offensive rebound. He drops this one off for Braden Hubbard. But Bettiol has offensive rebounds on the last 2 possessions.
What Abilene Christian, I know they're down 8, but the energy, they're real positive. Look at this, hit every field goal tonight, baby.
You can do better defensively for the Wildcats. Love, left alone, make it 10 for 10 shooting for the Bears. Timeout Baylor. Scott Drew calls the timeout after that triple. 3 for 3 from 3, 10 for 10 shooting for Baylor.
It's our son. He is always up in our business.
It's the Verizon 5G home internet I got us.
Oh.
He used to be a competitive gamer, but with a higher lag, he can't keep up with the squad.
So now we're his squad.
What are Kevin's plans for the fall?
He's going to college.
Out of state.
Change of plans. I've decided to stay local.
Oh, that's great.
Why would I ever leave this?
We will do anything to get him gaming again.
You and Kevin need to fix this internet situation.
Or my name.
I swear to God, Kevin!
Told you to wait in the car.
Everyone in my old squad has Xfinity. Less lag, better gaming.
I'm gonna need to charge you for 3 people.
Did you know metastatic breast cancer can change over time?
That's right. In nearly 1 out of 2 people, breast cancer can develop an ESR1 mutation.
Before you and your doctor plan your next treatment, find out if you could be the ESR1 out of 2, like me.
Because knowing your cancer's mutation status can guide what's next for you. I'm the ESR1 out of 2.
I'm the ESR1 out of 2.
Are you the ESR1? Talk with your doctor to find out. Did you know metastatic breast cancer can change over time?
That's right. In nearly 1 out of 2 people, breast cancer can develop an ESR1 mutation.
Before you and your doctor plan your next treatment, find out if you could be the ESR1 out of 2, like me.
Because knowing your cancer's mutation status can guide what's next for you. I'm the ESR1 out of 2.
I'm the ESR1 out of 2.
Are you the ESR1? Talk with your doctor to find out.
So what are you waiting for?
Norchad Omier is still on the Baylor bench. He's played only 2 minutes, but the Bears are scoring without him. Langston loved the latest.
Yeah, hot shooting, especially from behind the three-point line. They're 3 for 3 from behind the three-point line. ACU makes a mistake on their pick and roll defense, and Baylor makes them pay the price.
10 for 10. Almost halfway through the first half, the Bears have yet to miss.
All of your plays offensively work a lot better when you are perfect from the field.
When you see the ball go through the hoop, and again, if you're joining us, the big question for Baylor was who would they have available tonight. Jeremy Roach, who suffered a concussion at UConn, will not play tonight for the Bears. BJ Edgecombe, the McDonald's All-American freshman for Baylor, is playing, was in the starting lineup, but Norchad Omier took a finger to the eye, and we have not seen him since the first couple of minutes of the game.
And with some of those shots, Coach Tanner talked to us this morning about knowing personnel on Baylor. Who can knock down threes, who's a driver.
Baylor makes 10 threes a game. Abilene Christian only 5. Nunn pulls up, misses the floater. Boarded by Madden.
Who's going to join the party for Abilene Christian in terms of scoring?
That miss on that trip for Baylor was the first miss, so make it 10 for 11 now from the floor for the Bears.
And here's the Baylor switching defense. All 5 guys can switch.
Madden guarded by Edgecombe now with the shot clock winding down. He gives it up. That means Hubbard has to hoist the 3. It's a brick into the hands of Omier, who is back on the floor for the Bears. And he immediately turns it over into the hands of Hunter Jack Madden.
Yeah, that could have been a foul.
Keon Williams in the paint, rolls out, boarded by Nunn.
Look at Keon. Look at Omier. He still doesn't look right, Carter. He's still grabbing his eye a little bit, blinking. Look at, he's holding his eye there. Baylor's going to have to really pay attention to him.
Edgecombe gets his first bucket. But you're right, Omier just doesn't look his peppy self. Madden has only 1 shot, now it's swatted. Edgecombe the run out, look out! DJ end-to-end.
Big point of emphasis. We've said it over and over again. Hunter Jack Madden was the guy that they wanted to take out of this game. Great block by Edgecombe.
Chase really knows how to put the heart in your local community. See what I did there? Hey, Jackie. Evan, my guy. You helping him with savings, right? I wish I had somebody like Evan when I started. Somebody just got their first debit card. Ice cream on you? Ooh, tacos. I got you. Wait, hold on. Don't you owe me money? What? Your money is a part of your community, so your bank should be too. Like Chase.
Defense to offense doesn't come more impressive than this from BJ Edgecombe.
Yeah, look at him. He jumped out. He knew the three-point attempt was coming. And wow, he needs to be in the dunk contest. Edgecombe is a guy that's a potential lottery pick. He's on a lot of draft boards as a lottery pick, and I think he has all of the ability.
Baylor has 5 first-round picks in the last 4 years under Scott Drew. Prior to Scott Drew's arrival, they had 3 first-round picks in Baylor basketball history. And again, 5 in the last 4 years, and Edgecombe could very well be a first-round pick. So could Omier. Omier pokes that one away, out of bounds to Abilene Christian.
And also a guy that I had a chance to talk to this morning, who's not in uniform tonight, Jeremy Roach. He's got a very, very high ceiling, transfer from Duke.
Thought it was very mature of Roach to come pick your brain. As Edgecombe gets another steal and another run out, it's knocked away. DeGrew commits the foul as Edgecombe was just taking flight.
Take care of the ball. You're on the road. Baylor put a little half-court trap. And it's very important. I used to tell my players this. Pass the ball to the open man. It's real simple, right? Not to a guy that's covered.
Is that how you got all those assists, Avery?
The open man. You know, in football, as a quarterback, sometimes you try to throw the wide receiver open.
Right.
Throw the ball to the man that you see is open.
Edgecombe misses the first free throw. Baylor's now 1 for 5 from the free throw line. Make it 2 for 6. And 12 of 13 shooting from the floor. So they're hitting everything except the free throws. Bettiol is fouled on his way up.
I was joking with the Abilene Christian coaching staff this morning when they ran through that little free throw break that they just ran. It's called ladder. I said, hey guys, that play is as old as when I was in college.
And who was it who ran it against you?
Dixie Community College. When I was
and you
in
will
JUCO,
never forget.
I will never forget.
And it is still in the playbook for the Wildcats as Bettiol misses the first free throw.
Now, we're not going to say how long ago that was.
No.
Okay?
No.
We're not going to divulge that type of information.
Maybe Siri can tell you that, but I'm not going to. Bettiol rattles home the second free throw. 9 points, 3 rebounds for Leonardo Bettiol.
Yeah, but very efficient offense from Baylor.
Wright feeds O'Meara on the post. Ojonwina off the bounce, cut off. So the triple on the edge. Edgecombe misses, just the second miss for the Bears. But Edgecombe off the block did not miss this one.
No, Edgecombe, remember, this guy can fly. He can play above the rim. And man, this was almost like a takeoff. And then look at him with the smile. I love it.
It's the
fast and furious start. This was the first play of the game, alive. Nice job here by Robert Wright getting out. Heel and none from three-point line. And then Langston Love said, show me some love. Baylor's really been very efficient offensively. And man, look at this graphic. Their only kryptonite has been the free throw line. They're 2 for 6, but everything else, man, they're shooting at a high percentage.
That works out to 86% shooting for Baylor, the all-time highest field goal percentage and a half for Baylor basketball. 83% in December of 1987 against Northwestern State. So they are on track for the hottest shooting half in Baylor basketball history. And they missed their last attempt. The only miss from 3 coming from Edgecombe. Inbounds to Ojonwina, gets it into O'Meara, recovers after he lost it, and he has his second bucket.
And with O'Meara, unless you double team him when he walks out of the locker room, Abilene Christian does not have an answer for him. He's just too physically strong.
5th year playing college basketball, 2 years Arkansas State, 2 years Miami. Madden misses the 3. Offensive rebound, however, on Benzema. Just to finish that thought on O'Meara, he has averaged a double-double every year, not just this year.
Coaching staff talked about he's a walking double-double. He has that ability. Fearless rebounder. You know what it is with O'Meara is that second and third effort. That what makes you a great rebounder.
Joseph Vinzant, a 3-year starter at Liberty, misses. Ojonwina has the rebound, and that's a big miss opportunity for Abilene Christian. They're now in the bonus. Edgecombe spins out as the only 2 missed threes of the game for Baylor.
Watch the block.
Smith attacks and gets fouled by Robert Wright.
But you notice against Abilene Christian's defense, Robert Wright beat the double team, got a great shot on the weak side. But here now, Abilene Christian's got to put it in fifth gear, try to score in transition.
Smith hits the first. Get ready for another epic round of the UEFA Champions League coverage of European football's most coveted competition. Begins at 2 Eastern tomorrow and Wednesday right here on CBS Sports Network, and stream every match live on Paramount+. Smith gets them both. Although Abilene Christian has gone over 3.5 minutes without a field goal.
You would think they would maybe try to extend their defense a little bit, apply some more pressure, because in the half court, Baylor's getting whatever they want. Even when they miss, they're open shots for the most part.
Langston Love hits that three. He has 2 made threes. Half of Baylor's three-point production. Williams, miss. Rebound kept alive but cleared by Edgecombe. Nearly taken away. Right cut off on the baseline. O'Meara there to bail him out.
Weak side is open.
Love, shot fake. O'Meara shot fake. And now Edgecombe off the window.
The reason why Baylor's consistently having success is spacing. Guys know when to cut, when to spot up, put the ball on the floor, making the right, correct pass.
Largest lead of the game, Bettiol. Smith misses the dunk, but he's fouled. A nice look from Bettiol to Smith, who takes a hard tumble after the missed dunk, but has some push-ups to prove he's still feeling good.
Yeah, you could see Coach Drew talking to Edgecombe. Look at him right here, number 7. That's his man. He loses man and ball principles, and that's the result.
The foul is on O'Meara, his second. So O'Meara's picked up 2 fouls in just 10 minutes of action on the floor. Rich Smith from Division II St. Thomas Aquinas, a portal pickup for Abilene Christian. He's from the Bronx. You go to Abilene, Texas, from D2 to D1. He's been a big addition. Obviously, the numbers aren't great for Abilene Christian tonight, but Rich Smith has been their starting point guard in their last 2 wins at Omaha, at New Mexico State.
And we said the same thing about Norche and O'Neal. You know, from Miami to Waco. But guess what, Carter? I haven't been to Waco in years. It's changed.
Downtown Waco. I think Chip and Joanna Gaines have had something to do with it.
Wow.
But yeah, downtown Waco. Now the Foster Pavilion. You're right here in the middle of downtown. It is a...
My hotel was as good as any hotel on the road, and the restaurants, wow.
We were gifted a spread of Terry Blacks for shoot-arounds today, and we gorged appropriately.
Yeah, you partaked appropriately, not me.
I am a brisket connoisseur. That's an offensive foul and a turnover by the Bears.
I'm on a diet.
Jean would have called for the offensive foul.
So here's Baylor's 3-quarter court 2-2-1 trap. Sometimes they turn up the degrees in which they want to trap. It could be a soft trap, a hard trap. Just trying to get into the shot clock.
Bettiol cutting. Left it short. Ojanwana has the rebound. On the run, Love pulls up, misses.
But you see how fast Baylor gets up and down the floor? Fast team, athletic team. So that's a mistake.
Madden, the one guy you can't leave alone, right? Scouting report. Madden follows his miss and finds a cutting Smith. Well, even off the miss, Hunter Jack Madden kept it alive for Abilene Christian. They left him alone that time, but he still hadn't hit a shot yet. He's 0 for 4.
All right, second chance points. It's going to be critical for Abilene Christian.
Right cutoff. Here's
charge.
Edgecombe, drops it off, and it is blocking foul is the call. You thought it was offensive.
Yeah, I thought he was set. But, you know, when you're trying to give up your body, give Rich Smith credit, that's what you call unselfish basketball defensively. Look at him.
Now, it's a lot harder to draw a charge in college basketball than it used to be. So, I mean, if there's any doubt whether you're set or not, you're usually not going to get the call anymore. But certainly Brett Tanner thought that Smith was set. Right off the window miss, boarded by Hubbard.
I'd like to see Robert Wright in some of those situations when he gets downhill with as much force and power, come to a 2-foot jump stop. Shot fake, step through.
Hubbard double team. DeGrew boarded by Ojanwana, who has 5 rebounds now in the first half of the Bears, coming off a 14 rebound effort at UConn. Here's Wright in the paint off the window.
Nice job. That was the one where, you know, he was really semi-uncontested, but the one where he's kind of falling out of bounds.
DeGrew loses it. Here's Edgecombe in the open court. Edgecombe switches and finishes with the right. Hubbard wasn't going to give up the dunk. Williams and Madden have yet to make a shot.
Yes. Williams got to look to score. We talked about that in our open.
Yeah, Williams is 0 for 3. BJ Edgecombe. You're not going to hang with Baylor when they're shooting 77% in the first half.
And Keon Williams and Hunter Jack Madden are combined 0 for 7. And when you look at both of those guys, Keon Williams in their last game against New Mexico State had 20 points. Jack Madden had 24.
And you said Abilene Christian had to win the rebounding battle. They're -4 right now, but that rebounding number's actually been worse in this first half.
Getting outscored 24-10 points in the paint. They can't get any bench scoring right now. They're getting outscored 9-0 in bench points.
Bettiol misses his second free throw miss. He's been the bright spot for Abilene Christian with 9 points and 3 rebounds. The Wildcats from the WAC, which has been dominated of late by Bryce Drew's Grand Canyon team. 3 WAC tournament titles, beat St. Mary's in the NCAA tournament last year.
And I've had Grand Canyon twice in the NCAA tournament. He's done a magnificent job, and their home court is terrific.
I haven't made it there yet, but everyone raves about it.
And I tell you what, you know, when you look at home court advantages in beautiful arenas, what they've done here at Baylor is just beyond amazing.
Fouls on DeGrew, his third. And interestingly enough, I mean, and this was by design for Scott Drew here at the Foster Pavilion, 7,500, so they actually got smaller.
Yeah, because bigger is
with
not
the new
always
arena.
better. Yeah, right. You don't want an arena for, you know, seats 12,000 and you get 5,000 fans. But it's not only that, the noise factor here.
Bettiol with another bucket inside. He has 12 first half points. 12 of Abilene Christian's 22 from Leonardo Bettiol.
Speaking of arenas, similar to University of Houston. It's not the biggest arena, but boy, it's really intimate. And they have a terrific home crowd.
Dunn. Follow is good from Celestine, the 5th-year senior from Ontario.
Penetration, dribble drives, when you break down the defense, bad things happen. You scored, offensive rebounds, free throw line. You got to be able to guard those first 2 dribbles.
Abilene Christian does not have a made 3. 0 for 6 from 3, including Madden. Williams off the shot fake, briefly got Edgecombe in the air, and now Williams dumps it off to Hubbard. They beat the shot clock, get the offensive rebound, but that won't go either. Out of bounds to Baylor. Coming up on AT&T at the half, Brent Stover and Roy Hibbert will get you caught up on the highlights from around college basketball. Coming up on AT&T at the half, we have a new number 1, part of the dominant new poll for the SEC. 5 of the top 10 are now from the SEC.
And one thing about the Big 12, you know, had a couple of tough losses, but remember, this is a long season. You know, Baylor was what, preseason 8? Baylor is a top 10 team.
Well, both Baylor and Arizona were preseason top 10, and they have both fallen out of the rankings, but it's December.
Yep, I know what a top 10 team looks like.
Low floater, and Baylor's doing this again without Jeremy Roach at the point.
And that's why I love Carter, you know, attending practice, so I can really see, you know, the entire operation, how guys respond to coaching.
This is Rivera. Williams tried to keep it alive. But Williams and Madden 0 for still in the first half for Abilene Christian. Credit Baylor's defensively executing the scouting report and taking those 2 guys out. But that was a must for Abilene Christian. Omer high off the window. How did he finish that one?
Nothing is wrong with his left eye on that one. Yeah, man, he's a very impressive basketball player.
In limited time, 6 points, 3 rebounds for Omer. Madden throws that one out of bounds. It'll be Baylor basketball with 3.5 seconds in the half.
So here's Omer fighting through. Started the game off with a lob, injured his eye. Take him out, and now he's back.
Love, floater, missed, put back, will not count. One of the few in the
road if you don't make 3-point shots. And if your bench is getting outscored 13-0.
Leonardo Bettiol, who gets fouled on the opening possession. He's the highlight with 12 points for Abilene Christian, but Keon Williams and Hunter Jack Madden, the 2 guys we said had to have big games to give the Wildcats a chance. They're combined 0 for 7 shooting in the first half.
Baylor's attention to detail has been immaculate here in the first half. We'll see if it can continue.
Foul was on Ojanwada, his 3rd, but he stays in the game. And Bettiol goes right after him, 14 points. Leonardo Bettiol, he averages 15.
Bettiol's been the one guy that's trying to give him some scoring. He's got to have some other guys join the party.
Right, misses the floater, follows his miss. Offensive rebound. So Omer has it ripped away by Rich Smith, who attacks. Edgecombe got a piece of it. They're gonna count that? I think so. I think that's gonna be a goaltend, count the basket.
Major key for us. Abilene Christian generates some steals. Do not try to play against this Baylor defense in the half court. You gotta try to run, get some easy baskets.
Abilene Christian is averaging 10 steals a game, had only 2 in the first half.
Points off turnovers, very important.
Edgecombe coming back from the hamstring injury, turns it over. Edgecombe injured the hamstring against Tennessee in the Bahamas on November 19. Tried to go against New Orleans, had to shut it down 2 games ago. Missed the UConn game. Williams fouled on the dunk attempt. They're going to get Omer for the foul. That will be his 3rd.
Yeah, Williams, Keon Williams, he's got to get going here in the second half. Nice little shot fake. And he's the one guy from an athleticism standpoint that can compete with Baylor's guys above the rim.
Williams from Jonesboro, Arkansas, spent 2 years at Oklahoma State with Mike Boynton, and that Coaching change came about, transfer portal, ends up at Abilene Christian, but I mean, that's his first point of the game, and that's a big reason why Abilene Christian has struggled offensively.
Yeah, and he leads the team in free throw attempts. He's got to get to the free throw line. 6'5", 220 pounds.
With springs.
Yes. Seen him explode against teams, you know, like the New Mexico State. I watched their game against Kennesaw State.
That was a good game at Kennesaw State. And this is Abilene Christian's 6th straight road game. They've won their last 2 at Omaha, at New Mexico State.
And as a coach, Coach Brett Tanner, you know, when you roll out of bed in the morning on game day, you got to know that, hey, Keon Williams, he's walking in the gym with 12 points.
Right? Feeds inside to O'Meara. See if they count the bucket. O'Meara is fouled. Count the bucket and the foul.
Yeah, it looked like O'Meara's, you know, to start this game, is moving a lot better. Nice little pick and roll here, short pocket. Terrific pass by Robert Wright.
The foul was on Keon Williams. O'Meara makes it a 3-point play.
Man, look at Baylor defensively, the switching, you know, between Nunn and Love.
Bettiol misses, boarded by O'Meara, his 4th. He still has a chance at a double-double, O'Meara. I mean, even after missing 8 minutes of the first half when he got poked in the eye. This is Keon Williams, finds Smith in the paint. Smith got bumped and earns a trip to the free throw line. That's on Celestine. So Abilene Christian, you start the season 3-1. They won their last 2, again, at Omaha and at New Mexico State, who turned around and beat New Mexico and Albuquerque at the pits.
And remember, Coach Tanner was the architect of that Abilene Christian defense that upset University of Texas in the tournament.
2021, when Abilene Christian was a 14 seed under Joe Golding, who's now at UTEP. Brett Tanner was 7 years an assistant at Stephen F. Austin for Danny Casper when Stephen F. Austin really had it rolling. They were very good teams.
We'll see if Abilene Christian, they got to be able to string together at least 3 out of 5 stops. You know, try to get 2 stops in a row, get your offense going a little bit, but you got to finish off your defense with rebounding.
O'Meara gets the offensive rebound. Nunn bumped on the floor by Joseph Vinzant, the senior from Midland.
It's a tight 7-man rotation from Baylor tonight. Everybody who stepped on the floor scored. Talked about that balanced scoring.
Nunn steps out, buries the triple, his second made 3. He's the first Bear to reach double digits, 10 points for Jaden Nunn.
Yeah, just got a smooth stroke, picture perfect form.
Albert answers with a 2. I mean, in part because of the injuries, but this has not been an especially deep Baylor team thus far this season. Scott Drews talked a lot about the inability to practice the way they want to practice because of the injuries.
Right.
Williams in the open floor, takes a bump, can't finish. Keon Williams, I mean, you know that was a point of discussion at the half. Keon Williams looks more aggressive, at least to begin the second half.
Yeah, but nice defense here. Wright gets his pass deflected, and now 3-on-2 break. Tried his little Euro step there.
The foul was on Celestine, so Ojanwana, Celestine, and O'Meara all have 3 fouls for the Bears. So It's a game that Baylor is in control of, but also foul trouble, so Scott Drew may be forced to go deeper into the bench here in the second half. Edgecombe able to beat the pressure lob. O'Meara finishes it off the look from VJ Edgecombe.
Did you see the speed on the dribble with VJ Edgecombe? That's high level. With his left hand dribbling close to the sideline and then throws a lob. Successful lob.
That's the first made field goal of the game for Keon Williams. And it comes almost 4 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, maybe that'll get him going a little bit. That's what happens when you get to the free throw line, see a couple of balls go down.
Here's Nunn with a dribbling clinic, but he left it short at the rim. Madden still has not scored for Abilene Christian. DeGrew spins it in. New Orleans guy, your guy, Avery.
Nasir DeGrew from the great St. Augustine High School in New Orleans.
Let's see, he won the state title in 21. You won it a few years earlier, right?
Good man. Take us to break.
I will not drop the year. But a common between DeGrew and Avery Johnson, Norchad O'Meara and the Baylor Bears in command in Waco off the look from Edgecombe.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check your school's saying first before saying it.
High tide! High tide, guys! High tide! High tide! High tide! High tide!
It's roll tide.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
At FanDuel, we know.
Baylor trying to make it 6-3 on the season, 4-0 at home here at Foster Pavilion. College hoops continues tomorrow at 7 Eastern with Xavier hosting Morgan State right here on CBS Sports Network. If you're Morgan State, you'll hope that you can catch Xavier napping because the Musketeers have Cincinnati and the Crosstown Shootout next. But for now, Zach Fremantle, the veteran for the Xavier Musketeers, attention has to be on Morgan State. Carter Blackburn, Avery Johnson from downtown Waco, Texas, where Baylor is rolling over Abilene Christian, although
they've cooled off a little bit, Carter. 3 for 7 to start the second half.
Out of the timeout, Langston Love. Jaden Nunn cut off. Shot clock winding down. Celestine launches deep three and nails it. Second made three of the game for Jalen Celestine.
That's a big shot, especially from a guy who was 0 for 3 in their last game in 16 minutes against UConn. And UConn is just such a tough defensive team. They got off to a slow start in the Maui Invitational.
But Baylor needs Celestine to be a three-point threat as Hubbard commits that foul. I mean, he's shot 44% from 3 last year as a Cal Bear.
Yeah, but look at this three. That's 2 or 3 steps behind the three-point line. And he shot that with confidence.
6 made threes in the game for Baylor, none for Abilene Christian. Pops away from Ojamina. He wants it on the repost again, but instead Love misses the three. Ojamina nearly got it himself on the offensive glass. Keon Williams crosses over, misses at the rim, takes a bump, it's a play on.
But he was aggressive.
Edgecombe aggressive on the other end. He gets fouled in a trip to the free throw line, and sportsmanship there from Battiol to pick up PJ Edgecombe.
And that's always a challenge when you're going in for a layup. Abilene Christian and you miss it, then can you convert and get back on defense?
Second foul on Bettiol. DJ Edgecombe, who was the two-time New York Player of the Year at Long Island Lutheran, but he is originally from the Bahamas. Played on that team this summer with Buddy Hield and DeAndre Ayton, and he held his own.
He's got great size, athleticism. You can play Edgecombe at a couple of different multiple positions. Play some 2, some 3, maybe some small 4.
And defensively, with all the switching the Bears do, Edgecombe fits perfectly into that system.
Perfect. Even into Baylor's little, now here comes their little matchup zone, which they're famous for. They'll give you this 1-3-1 look. A lot of switching and
so there's Madden trying to feed it inside. Ripped away. O'Meara on the deck. Kept it alive. Wildcat basketball. No reset of the shot clock. Williams misses in tight. Edgecombe then loses it out of bounds.
But boy, they totally missed Hunter Jack Madden on that last. That was the widest open that he's been since this morning in shoot-around. That was a missed opportunity.
That was number 1 on the Baylor's scouting report, was get out on Hunter Jack Madden, and not only has he not made a 3, he hasn't scored in the game.
So Baylor's in there 2-3 now.
Out of bounds, Madden fumbles that one, turnover, Abilene Christian.
See, look at the three-point. We talked about Baylor defending the three-point line. And they've done it in a major way. That type of defense carries over, especially doing conference play when you can limit teams' three-point efficiency.
Right, nice look. O'Meara finishes with the left hand, but it started with Robert Wright III in the pick-and-roll game.
And remember, this defense really just shut Arkansas down. Zone defense, matchup principles. That's where you got to get the ball in the middle.
Yep, Hubbard at the high post misses. O'Meara has the rebound. 6 rebounds, 13 points for Norchad O'Meara. That's Williams. Baylor's going to keep it. It's out of bounds off of Dontrez Williams.
Notice Abilene Christian, sometimes with Robert Wright, they've tipped a couple of his passes. Sometimes in those situations as a point guard, you got to fake one and make one. Fake a pass and make a pass. Fake 2 passes.
Here's Wright on the attack, and he gets fouled on the way to the rim. Now, he was hobbling a little bit in the game at UConn, but was able to finish, do well. 22 points, 0 turnovers in that game.
Yep. Abilene Christian didn't hold the trap in that situation. And nice change of speed by Robert Wright.
So Wright at Newman Goretti in Philadelphia was the Pennsylvania Player of the Year, but then joined, I mean, this is one of the all-time great high school basketball teams last year's Montverde, including Cooper Flagg and Liam McNeely.
Yep. And you look at, Robert Wright with this team, he was the quarterback on the floor. He was the guy. He was the engine. Cooper Flagg obviously going to get all the credit. Potential, first pick in next year's draft.
So, I mean, that's, if you're Baylor, I mean, that's why they have been so stellar in the last 22 years and really the last 20 under Scott Drew. I mean, recruiting depth. So when Jeremy Roach, your 2-time captain from Duke, who transfers to Baylor, Roach gets injured, you go to your backup point guard, a freshman, but it's Robert Wright, who's a former Pennsylvania Player of the Year. That's a heck of a guy to have coming off the bench or backing up the point.
And not only that, it's going to be scary when Roach gets healthy.
There's Edgecombe flying in for the rebound. I mean, Robert Wright's off the bench, allowing Roach to play some 2 as well, but the deep Baylor Bears 62-37 on Abilene Christian.
Hello? Hi, I'm Gemini.
Hi.
How can I help you?
So I just talk?
Yes, but normal.
We can have a conversation about anything you like.
Anything?
Try looking for a small round bolt somewhere on the oil pan.
Got it.
Does the child seem ready for bedtime? No.
And then I looked down and I had spaghetti fingers.
Well, in dreams, noodles can sometimes represent creativity. Have you had this
Shop
dream?
Pixel's best holiday deals at googlestore.com.
From creating memories to finding the perfect gift, let us make this holiday season a little easier. Right now, save up to $60 on select AS battery sets. Happy holidays from Steel.
If your family's anything like mine, every day brings in dirt and messes. Sit back, relax, and leave the deep cleaning to the pros.
Old Trapper beefs. One upping.
I love Old Trapper. I love how tender it is. Don't forget the wood smoke flavor. Savory beef. Quality ingredients. I'm their biggest fan.
Old Trapper. What's your beef?
That's Billy the Bear. My daughter insisted that Billy join me here in Waco, Texas, so that Billy could watch the Bears. And Billy has really enjoyed the performance of VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah, VJ Edgecombe, who chose Baylor over Duke in Kentucky, tweaked his hamstring a little bit, but he doesn't look like his hamstring is bothering him tonight.
He's the preseason Big 12 Freshman of the Year. Here's the Big 12 players to watch with some nice backgrounds as well. Good job by our graphics team.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Hunter Dickinson's the big name, but you've got a bunch of contenders in the Big 12.
Yeah, LJ Cryer, man, he can fill it up. He's got to stay healthy. Hunter Dickinson, you know that's my guy. You know why?
Because, go ahead, you were the first to offer, right?
I was the first to offer Hunter Dickinson.
What did you see in his game that you liked?
A stretch five.
Yeah.
He was on the JV team.
Nice look, back on Dontrez Williams. On the JV team?
He was on the JV team. He tells the story all the time. I saw him last year at the Final Four, and he was talking about Coach Avery saw something in me when nobody else did.
Must have been a heck of a JV team.
From Matha High School.
Rolls out from Langston Love. Well, it would have been a heck of a JV team, but it would have been.
It's always funny when you go to an AAU game or a high school game and you think you're going to look at one player and then another one catches your eye. This would have been a CBS Sports Network highlight had that been completed.
I mean, Abilene Christian's only turned it over 6 times, so. O'Meara off the window. That's now 15 points in the game, along with 6 rebounds. And most importantly for Baylor, Norchad O'Meara able to get through taking a poke to the eye and continue playing in this game. He's 7 for 7 from the floor in 15 minutes of action. That was touched by Love. Wildcats keep it.
So basically with this pick and roll, before he received the ball, that was the bait to get him in this situation. They want to basically try to get 2 on the ball, throw it to O'Meara in the pocket, and now get him going one-on-one against the defender.
Timeout, Abilene Christian. We're back in 30 seconds.
We aren't building electric vehicles because it's trendy. We're building them to save our planet. To save it from all those soulless, self-driving sleep pods everyone else keeps polluting our streets with! That's why we're doing it.
One of the great building jobs, not only in college basketball, I think in all of college sports. Scott Drew taking a Baylor program that was not only under NCAA investigation, they were under legal investigation as well. And really even before that dark chapter in Baylor sports, I mean, this was a program that didn't make many waves for a long time in the Southwest Conference. And then Scott Drew has built Baylor into a perennial contender in the Big 12 and for national titles like they won in 21.
Yeah, he's really made this program relevant. And give the administration credit because he had some lean years early on, but they stuck with him. You know, nowadays, obviously coaches get fired or resign, but administration saw something in Coach Drew, and he said he prayed a lot.
Right. I mean, I was asked him today. I mean, I know it's been 22 seasons, but what was it? That's a travel on Keon Williams. What was it that attracted you? Because he was head coach at Valparaiso for 1 year. What attracted you to Baylor? And he said 100% prayer. But they won only 4 Big 12 games his first 2 seasons. That was still under NCAA cloud during that time period. But as you said, Baylor stuck with Scott Drew, and he's delivered every year since. They've gone to the NCAA tournament only once since 1950 prior to Scott Drew. They've been to 12 under Scott Drew.
And also has developed some terrific head coaches. You know, guys like Jerome Tang, who's at Kansas State. He was one of his long-time assistants. Grant McCaslin, Texas Tech. He did a terrific job at North Texas.
Yes, he did. Paul Mills as well at Wichita State. That could be a very dangerous team in the American this year, Wichita State. Ojanwuna at the free throw line. Baylor's only 6 for 12 from the line, but Ojanwuna able to get the front end here. 8 points, 5 rebounds for Josh Ojanwuna. His 3rd year as a Bear, but he had only 1 start in the previous 2 years. And it's almost a footnote for Baylor after what they lost last year. 4 starters and 2 first-round draft picks. Jacoby Walter, 19th to Toronto. Eve Misi, 21st to New Orleans. There's the first made bucket of the game for Hunter Jack Matt, and the first 3 of the game for Abilene Christian.
And man, you can see, you know, the type of shooting ability that Hunter Jack Madden has if he can just get more attempts. But unfortunately, that was the first mistake Baylor made when he was 1 pass away and not denying him the basketball.
Coming off a game where he made 5 threes at New Mexico State, WAC Player of the Week. The Bears have not allowed him to get many looks tonight. That's Langston Love. That's a tough finish, 10 points for Love.
And that's why Baylor's so talented. You have guys that whether the defense breaks down late in the shot clock, early in the clock, they can get their own shot, create their own shot, or create one for their teammates.
Edgecombe, tough rebound. That was tipped by Keon Williams, so Baylor keeps it. Now finally, Hunter Jack Matt, first made 3 of the game for the Wildcats.
Yeah, here's a mistake right here defensively. He finds a little gap there in their 2-3 zone. Rotation was a little bit slow, and he was finally able to make one.
And if you would have said before this game that Abilene Christian gets this deep in the game without making a 3, unfortunately, you would have the result that we have here. I mean, it was 24 at the half, 24 right now for Baylor. Oh, another nice finish inside. Wright has 8. 3 Bears in double figures, none Edgecombe.
In games like
4 double figures.
Yeah, and games like this really give Baylor a chance to work on multiple defenses. Now they were back in their man-to-man.
Fouls on Ojanwuna. That is his 4th. Robert Wright, the freshman, first start. Bears rolling.
Ain't no secret in staying in your pride.
It really hasn't converted into points, so, but those 2 at the top and bottom really jump out.
Abilene Christian has only 13 defensive rebounds in the game. That's stunning. Bettiol has been the bright spot for Abilene Christian, the junior from Roncade, Italy. That's near Trevino, north of Venice. 15 points in the game.
When a team is shooting 65% from the field, it's not going to be many rebounds.
Right.
But when you're shooting 36% from the field, you have to get more than 5 rebounds, offensive rebounds. You need more second chance points.
Starters still out there for Baylor. Ojanwuna is playing with 4 personal fouls right now. Right trap, gives it up, Edgecombe, left it short. Hunter Jack Madden the rebound. Madden's from Australia, played at Idaho, then Otero Junior College in Colorado. Abilene Christian, his 3rd stop. Hubbard cutting, kick back, Madden. Another missed 3, nice rebound. Williams gets a stick back, Keon Williams.
And that's what I was talking about a few seconds ago. If you're struggling from the field, get on the offensive glass, I wouldn't even worry about transition defense. I would send 3 guys minimum to the offensive glass right at this stage of the game.
Keon Williams, 10 second half points. None, that's blocked by Keon Williams.
Yeah, so Hunter Jack Madden contested the shot, but here comes Keon Williams. See, 3 guys on the offensive glass, that's what it takes.
Keon Williams was on the Oklahoma State team last year that got beat by Abilene Christian in Stillwater. That's how the Wildcats opened up last year, winning at Oklahoma State. Ojanwuna kick, right triple. Fight for the rebound, won by the Wildcats.
But Josh Ojanwuna made a critical error. When you get the ball inside, underneath, out of bounds, just catch the ball high, finish high. Do not bring it down below your waist. You're bringing smaller defenders into play.
That's big man 101 right there,
yes.
Right? Don't bring the ball down. Wright has 8 points, 4 assists. Jeremy Roach not only not playing tonight, he's not on the Baylor bench tonight. Still dealing with the concussion he suffered in Stores. Ojanwuna catches
much
this
better.
time, he keeps it high.
Yep, much better. Quick move. Big guys, they don't need to have an identity crisis and try to become, you know, a point guard. Dribbling the ball, just catch it and finish. Nice move.
Hubbard missed, boarded by Celestine. None attacks.
Oh, that's goaltending.
Yep, and if not it is. Goaltending, was going to check to make sure there wasn't a foul call, but it is goaltending.
A couple of the guys from Baylor, man, they can, the track coach can recruit them for long jumps.
And a great track program here as well.
Yes.
Produced Michael Johnson, among many others. So 5 in double figure scoring. It's the first time we've seen Bettiol face up tonight.
Give Baylor credit. These guys know they have a big lead, but they're still focused.
Ojanwuna follows his miss and gets fouled. And it's the core rotation guys still on the floor right now for Baylor. So we've not gone to the end of the bench yet for the Bears. Bettiol called for the foul, his 3rd.
And for Abilene Christian, you know, this game hasn't gone their way, but what can you get on film as a coach, you know, Coach Brett Tanner, regroup? How can we improve? We're playing against a high-level team. You're playing against a team that can easily make a deep run in the NCAA tournament once they're healthy, Baylor. But you know, how can we get ready for, you know, the WAC?
I think that's lane violation against Abilene Christian, so another chance for Ojanwana at the free throw line. Ojanwana 12 points, that's a new career high. So he got a career high in rebounds at UConn with 14, and now a career high in points with 13 in this game for the first-year starter.
Yeah, and that's why they wanted him to gain some weight, because in the Big 12, you know, you playing against Houston, Iowa State, and Kansas.
Edgecombe gets a steal. Edgecombe switches and finishes. Oh my goodness, mid-air switching left to right.
Wow.
That's as impressive as his dunk at Gonzaga.
And it's funny, he was in the air for a long time. Then everybody else started coming down, and he remained in the air to finish that. That's really exciting. Oh, yeah, wonderful steal here. That's not a foul, but here he is, takes off and finishes. I don't know why players don't utilize that reverse layup more in college. Wow, that's what you call pure athleticism.
Madden misses again from 3. The stick back goes for Mashai Hill, the sophomore from Austin. But Madden now 1 for 8 shooting in the game. Still only 1 made 3 for Abilene Christian. Edgecombe, 2 hands, the left and the right this time.
And if I can send Scott Drew a text message right now, take him out there. We've seen enough.
He's proved the hamstring is just fine. Another missed 3. Ojanwana has the rebound. That's 7 rebounds to go along with his 13 points. Edgecombe kicked at the corner. None. Nails the 3. Off a good look from DJ Edgecombe. Largest lead of the game for the Baylor Bears. Up 33. Timeout Abilene Christian. Baylor shoots 74% in the first half. I mean, all of the Baylor players at the rim from 3. And out of the stands from half court. It's all going tonight.
Bucket.
What stars will shine the brightest as the UEFA Champions League continues?
That is a real striker's finish. Oh my word!
The UEFA Champions League on CBS Sports Network, and stream every match live on Paramount+.
Did you know metastatic breast cancer can change over time?
That's right. In nearly 1 out of 2 people, breast cancer can develop an ESR1 mutation.
Before you and your doctor plan your next treatment, find out if you could be the ESR1 out of 2, like me.
Because knowing your cancer's mutation status can guide what's next for you. I'm the ESR1 out of 2.
I'm the ESR1 out of 2.
Are you the ESR1? Talk with your doctor to find out. Did you know metastatic breast cancer can change over time?
That's right. In nearly 1 out of 2 people, breast cancer can develop an ESR1 mutation.
Before you and your doctor plan your next treatment, find out if you could be the ESR1 out of 2, like me.
Because knowing your cancer's mutation status can guide what's next for you. I'm the ESR1 out of 2.
I'm the ESR1 out of 2.
Are you the ESR1? Talk with your doctor to find out. Did you know metastatic breast cancer can change over time?
That's right. In nearly 1 out of 2 people, breast cancer can develop an ESR1 mutation.
Before you and your doctor plan your next treatment, find out if you could be the ESR1 out of 2, like me.
Because knowing your cancer's mutation status can guide what's next for you. I'm the ESR1 out of 2.
I'm the ESR1 out of 2.
Are you the ESR1? Talk with your doctor to find out.
Anywhere you are.
Billy says, sick 'em. And the Bears have 83-50 on Abilene Christian. Coming up next, head to the studio and get in-depth highlights and analysis of the latest hoops action as we go coast to coast on Inside College Basketball right here on CBS Sports Network. Well, this game and really the second half has turned into a bit of a laugher for the Bears.
Yeah, and Edgecombe, who had a dunk on the previous play, made the right play. And coaches, we love when you point at a guy, not just for dunking, but for making the right play. Watch him here. He points at Edgecombe right here, say, "You are the man, son."
So the impressive finishes around the rim, but what excites the coach is the assist. And now defensively stolen away by Nunn. Right, can't finish, followed up by Asamoah. Immediately off the bench, the freshman from Lynn, Massachusetts there on the offensive glass.
Asamoah said, "Hey, I love these leads. I want to get some playing time."
6'8",
yeah.
Although he bit on the shot fake. And it's out of bounds off Nunn, Abilene Christian ball.
And with Asamoah, it's a reward because in practice yesterday and even this morning in shoot-around, he's playing the role of Mitchell for Abilene Christian. So he knows all of Abilene Christian's plays, but now he gets rewarded to play, and how exciting for this young man.
And these final 4 minutes going deeper on the bench. But I mean, Asamoah, 6'8", he was a 5-star recruit. Hillcrest Prep in Phoenix has the chance to develop into a tremendous player for the Bears. Davidson Hubbard in the game as well for the Bears. Asamoah kept that one alive.
He's open. He's open.
Asamoah won't go. It is end of the bench minutes for the Bears. So, for the most part, Nunn's still in the game. Ojanwan is still in the game, even with his 4 personal fouls. Alston turnaround. Ojanwan actually keeps it alive for Asamoah. Nunn. Another triple for Nunn, his 4th. He's 4 for 4 from 3-point.
Yeah, and he just shoots it so easy. Even when he started both years at VCU, he was close to a 40% shooter from 3.
Rivera with the feed for Dontrez Williams. The kick out, that won't go for Colby Tanner, the son of head coach Brett Tanner, who's in the game late for Abilene Christian, wearing number 1.
I think for Abilene Christian, you really have to find that consistent 3rd and 4th score. And look at the scoring from Baylor here. It's not just the points, but they're very, very efficient.
That's the 4 leading scorers, but you could add Love to that as well. You have 5 Baylor Bears in double-figure scoring tonight, playing without Jeremy Roach because of the concussion. Mashai Hill, the 6'9" sophomore from Austin. Gets them both. So the big number for Baylor will be 88 points as it stands right now. 63% shooting. 8 made threes. That lob, Hubbard couldn't finish it off, so Abilene Christian runs the other way, Dontrez Williams. But Baylor did execute defensively to take Abilene Christian really out of this game.
Yeah, they executed pretty good. They wanted to get that lob against that zone, just the pass was a little too high.
Adegbola misses. Ojanwan misses. Abilene Christian playing its 6th straight road game. Won the last 2. But the 10 for 10 shooting start for Baylor in this one set the tone for the Bears, and Baylor dominates.
Yeah, got off to a fast start. Shot the ball extremely well to start the game.
Colby Tanner drains the triple.
I see you, little Tanner.
The coach's son steps out and hits the late 3, a highlight for the Wildcats.
Coach smiled a little bit on that one. You know the only problem in that situation? Mom's going to want more playing time.
You've been there before,
I've been
Avery.
there, boy.
You have been there before, coaching your son. So Colby Tanner's three gets a little smile from Brett Tanner and Abilene Christian, but Scott Drew and the Bears a bigger smile.